changing. One of the most marked demographic changes in recent years has been the way in which the Chinese middle class and business class has moved over to the opposition. And in an urban constituency like this, you wouldn't be surprised to hear a tremendous amount of excitement in terms of supporting the opposition, a hunger for change. But to balance that, you have to remember that rural constituencies, which are largely ethnic Malay, still tend to support the governing party. They're won over by the arguments of stability and economic progress that has been brought over the last half century. And those rural constituencies are heavily overrepresented in Parliament. It's one of many inherent advantages that the governing party has here in Malaysia, which gives the opposition a real uphill battle to overturn them. And winning here, and the opposition believes it can, the polls suggest they're neck and neck, is still a tremendous achievement when you think of the enormous advantage that incumbency gives the governing party, and that also includes huge amounts of money that have been spent by the government, but essentially in support of the governing party, and the immense amount of propaganda that goes out on official TV stations and newspapers blatantly supporting the government and attacking the opposition. So it's a big struggle for the opposition in this constituency. I suspect, at least in this particular polling station, they'll do pretty well. Well, I think from a business perspective, there's an element of uncertainty, of course. If you have a change of government you simply never had in the country before, and that's been reflected in a certain degree of jitteriness in the markets. But the economic policies of both coalitions are pretty similar. The one difference is that the Pakatan coalition, the opposition coalition, has committed itself to cleaning up the ties between politics and business and to reforming and modernising the long-standing policy of using government spending to favour the ethnic Malay majority, which has by and large favoured large businesses close to the government. But obviously this will be a massive change for Malaysia. The real uncertainty is, if the opposition wins, will they be allowed to take office? Will it be a smooth handover? Prime Minister Najib has promised that if he loses, he will commit himself to a smooth transfer of power, but there are probably those within the ruling party who will be very resistant, and it will be very tough for an opposition that's never held power before, is made up of 3 different parties, to form a government and then take over all those agencies of state that have been in the hands of a single party now for more than half a century. They haven't asked for it. Okay.
Yep.